Right, we're going to look at a tutorial for this card, and when you open it, it has all these panels beautifully done inside. So that is our task for today. Okay, I have other samples to show you, but we're going to try and leave those there, it would help. 2 A4 sheets, and one I've cut down to 28 by 20. Okay, so we're going to fold the A4 for the outer card and lay that to one side. And we're going to work with this one here. Okay, we're going to take the 28 by 20, and on the reverse we're going to rule 2 lines, and we're going to do 4 centimeters down from the top and 4 centimeters up from the bottom. There we go. These lines aren't going to be seen, so it's fine to put them in with pencil. So there's our 2 lines. Okay, let's look for our next one. Right, we're going to score the following top and bottom up to the line, and we're going to bring in the scoreboard on the centimetre side, and we're going to score at 9, 14 and 19. Now I have numbers down the bottom as well, otherwise just flick it over. Right, so I'm going to mark 9 up to the line, 14 and 19. Okay. Right, need the scoreboard still, because on the centre panel only we want to score 4, 7, 14, 21, 24. Okay, now it says look at the video for a tip, so here we go. What I'm going to do now is mark with pencil on the back still 4, 7, 14, we've already got parts scored, 21 and 24. Right, now I'm going to go down to the bottom, and we're going to mark 4, 7, 14, 21 and 24. Okay, so there's all the marks done there. Right, now take your ruler and I line up my pencil marks, and then just between the lines here I can feel exactly where the score line is. Slide it along, place your tool in, and you can feel then exactly, otherwise you're trying to work out where the line goes. So 14 is your halfway point, so you're just going down right the way down with that one. Then we're going for this one. This is the 7 centimetre line, again only in the middle, and the last one was 4. Make sure you can feel the groove there, because otherwise you can't see. There we go. Right, that's all the scoring done on the card. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut from the first score line, which is this one, to the last score line, which is that one. So we're going to take that there. And if you need to, for the sake of it showing up on the video, I'm going to make a heavier line there. Now, one of the things that I like to do, it's very difficult sometimes to stop where you want to. So I take my knife and I start a little cut there by hand and a little cut there by hand. There we go. Now, if I line up my ruler with the line and come down, I can feel that the knife gives when it goes into the bit I've already cut. So there's no danger of my running past the line that I want. So into here, immediately you can feel it give when you're down to the right bit. Now, what we're going to do now is bring back the card. These two pieces in the middle are coming forward. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, make sure it's cut through. These are coming forward. So we're starting that to fold the right way. Okay, this one's coming forward. There. Okay, so there are our two set there. Right, this one, if that's coming forward, this line here wants to go back. So if that's going back, this is coming forward and back. So that's going back, this is coming forward and back. Right, now if we just help that, right, press that, that's coming forward, that's coming forward. There we go. And we can then take this. Now I've done them the wrong way because that was on the wrong side. So all we need to do is just reverse these. Okay. Could have gone on and rubbed out the lines, but rather not, because I have got a texture on this. So there is our basic fold. Okay, so we're going to decorate it as it is on there. I'm not sticking it in just yet. Right, so take that one out. Now there's an awful lot of panels to cut. Some of the panels could be left blank if you wish, but for the sake of the video I'm doing them all. So I've already prepared my panels, and we've got 4 panels that are 8 by 3. That's these 4 here. Right. We've got 4 by 3s which are here. Right, then we start for the middle. So you could cut strips of 3 centimetres and then cut them down into the bits here. And this is all 11 centimetres. So I've done 11 by 3, 11 by 2, an 11 by 6. So you can see I've cut the whole panel and just chopped it down, and that makes it a lot easier. Okay, so what we're going to look at first is we're going to put the 2 main panels here. So that is my 2 panels there. So I'm going to stick those in. I will show you in a minute how I cut my panels and do the fancy edge all the way round. So wet glue, you've got time to just slide them so that they're not interfering with the creases at all. So there's our first 2. Then we're going to go for our 2 narrow bits. So these could be a contrast colour. We'll see some of the variations at the end. Yep. There's no danger of putting the wrong panels on. Right, here we go. These are the 3 centimetre ones. Takes a few minutes for them to just go off. So keep an eye on them that they're not slipping. So you can see now I've got them all nicely lined up. So here I have these 8 by 3 panels. So I'm going 1 there. There. Right, I'm just going to take this here and slide that out so that if you want to stop the video at any point, you can see the mat size to cut. Personally, I only ever cut the inside panel, and I'll show you in a minute how I create the mat. So we'll do that while the glue is going on. So now I've got my smaller panels. It's nice if some of these are embossed to make a bit of a texture change. So you can see how quickly this card will come together. There we go. So now we have all the panels fitted on. So I'm going to let that dry for just a few minutes while we look at this. Now, I said that I only ever do the inside panel, which is these main ones. Now, I have stuck that on, and the thing to remember is that if you're cutting with fancy scissors, you leave, let's bring one out, you need to leave that amount of card around whatever you're cutting, because the scissors need that to hold on to. Most people turn around and they say, my scissors are no good because it shreds the end of the paper. It's purely that it hasn't got enough to hold on to. Some of my scissors are the cheapest you can get, and they are still beautiful. So I've left enough stuff here, and I'm going to cut now, and I'm putting the points of my scissors just next to the design in the middle. So I cut on past the end. The ends of your scissors have got a safety piece on them that they will rip the paper. So never go to the end of your scissors. Cut small cuts and then match up. Once you get used to your scissors, it's no trouble to match up. Right, so let me put that against, put it on there. So now you can see that we've got a beautiful border all the way around. I have problems placing the middle onto a piece that's already cut the right size. I have macular degeneration and I have to place things very quickly. So this way I get round it. Now, it also works for things like ovals. So if I take my scissors and I cut in, I can then just move the paper into my scissors as I turn here, and I'm keeping the scissors just slightly away from the oval. Right, I can go all the way around here. The only time I have to stop and take stock is as I get towards the end. Right, I'm pulling that off so I can show you. I've got my scallops ending here and they start over here. So if I place my scissors on and start to cut, I can wiggle them forward a fraction so that the scallop is matched up. So just be prepared to do a tiny little wiggle here so that they match up and they don't leave a jagged point. So let's place that on there and you can see it's beautiful all the way round. Okay. Right, so now I want to show you the next point is to try and get it inside your card. So flatten it down and I'm going to take double-sided tape and I'm going to come right down this edge, and because there's a lot of bulk there, I'm going to do 2 strips. I'm also going to put a strip here, another one. I want a real good fixing. But I'm going to keep away from this 14cm line. Flip it over and do exactly the same on the opposite edge. There we go. Right, so as I haven't put any decoration on yet, it's the same top and bottom, doesn't matter which way round I put it in. So I'm going to go and fold that over there. I'm going to release these 2 here. So what we're going to do now is to fix this inside our card. So I've put 2 strips double-sided down and 2 little strips on these smaller bits. I haven't put anything inside these bits or on the inside of the card there. So let's release those, and then I'm going to release that one, and I'm just going to start this one and just turn it out at right angles. So I'll now show you the front that I've prepared. So time spent in nature heals your body, mind and spirit. So if I put it in on this side, I can watch that I've got a border all the way round where I can see the card. Leave it there and close the front over it. Press down, and I know now that's fixed in the right place, so I pull out the last tab. So flip it over onto its back, fold the card up, and I'm going to reveal the sticky on these. There we go. Take the first one of the long ones off. There we go. And take this one and just fold it at right angles. There we go. So now I can hold that down. If I had taken the whole lot off, my fingers would be getting very sticky. So I now just fold that. I know it's in the right place, down, and take that last one out. There I have it fixed beautifully. Just check that it's going to fold and open properly. So now we look at arranging the bits in the middle. So I'm going to place that there, and I've got some pictures here which I'll just pop out. Decoupage pictures. Decoupage is ideal for doing this because you've got lots of smaller pieces. So let's just pull that out, and I'm going to make this bit here my main focus. The bigger the piece you've got, you really need to get those fitted first. So I can see that there's a tiny bit there which needs snipping. So let's take the next bit. I've got a nice long design here, so I think I'm going into that corner. You can see a couple of bits just need popping out there. Right, so I'm going up to there, and I'm just trying to balance what pictures I've got. Now, if I was to take this one here, it's exactly the same as that one, but if I was to put that there, it would just look odd. So what I'm going to do is to take my scissors, and I'm just going to take the bow off. So now that's starting to look different. I can't put it on that side. Right, okay, I'm going to snip that bit off. So I'm going to lay that down on that one. Be prepared to chop the decoupage about a bit. There we go. Now this bit here, which I've just taken off, what I can do with that is add that to the back here and make that piece a lot bigger. It all matches in, so we're fine. Right, I'm now going to take this bit. There we go. So I've now got this bit. Now, if we go to the front of the card, spot the deliberate mistake. I need to try and get this one off. Right, we're going to try and cover that in a minute. Always check which way up your card is. Right. So I'm now going to place that back where I wanted it in the first place. This one I haven't set yet, so that can go into there. Don't worry about that, we'll cover that. So this, if we look now to the front of the card, this was the basket that's on there, but as a piece there it doesn't look right. So let's snip off the bow. Here we go. And we're going to snip out the basket. Now that has given me some extra little pieces to go on it. So I'm going to take my bow for a start. This is going to be the panel I'm going to put verse on. So I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to just cover that with the bow. So this is where my verse is going to be. Right, I've now got this bit, which before had a basket on it. See if we can lift that on and change that before it dries too much. That one isn't directional, so that doesn't matter. So I'm going to take this one. That one's going to go on there. I've got this little flower here, which I could put down there, yes. It's a case of using all the little bits that you've got. That's that. Right. Let's see what I've got here. Now I'm going to take off those little grape hyacinths there, and I'm going to put that on that corner so it's matching here. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave these two blank so that there's a contrast, and I'm now going to take these and I think I will put them both. There's a tiny little bit of white that needs to come out from there. And then I'm going to place that there. So where this was two single strands, right, I've now made that a little bunch of grape hyacinths. Right. I'm collecting some bits there to show you at the end. Right, let's see what else I can make from here. So I'm trying to show you using from one sheet of decoupage. So this isn't a leaf, this was part of the bow. So I'm going to take that off. Yeah. And I'm going to have this up in that corner. So I'm going to place that up there, and if I take this out, there we go. I'm going to decide, I think, to leave these two up there blank, the two long bits blank, and I'm left now with some grape hyacinths, which I think I'm going to tuck in behind there. So, okay. So there is a card, quite a heavy card. So there's our front. Time spent in nature heals your body, mind and spirit. Open it out, and there is our beautiful card, and I will add my wording in there. But what I want you to see is that I have these two bits left over, some little daisies here, and if I place these on here, these are the only bits, there's one little bit there, that we have chopped off here to make it look right. So just that one sheet has completed this beautiful card. So I'm going to leave that one there. I'll try and leave that there so you can still read the measurements while we look at some of the other bits. So let's go back to the one I did in the beginning. Plenty of room for me to put my greeting on there. I nearly always leave my cards without a greeting, so that when I need one, I can put the exact verse on that I want. So that was that beautiful one. Okay, see how we've used the difference between plain panels and a little patterned panel that matches. So here we've staggered the panels, so it's patterned plain, plain patterned, these side bits patterned, and you see also that I've staggered these, so that is plain, patterned plain, patterned plain. Okay, so put that one to one side. This is one with raised up butterfly wings, and when we open it, you can see again it's a mixture of plains and patterns. So there's not so many pictures on this one, but I've brought up a lot more brighter panels. Okay. Put that one there. Blessed are they that see beautiful things in humble places where other people see nothing. So here's a nice one. It's got a panel with roses, and when we open it, again a mixture of plains and patterns, and this one I've used like a faded pattern, so that you've got the pinks and the mauves blended all the way through. It's very subtle, but it is lovely. And the last one is this one, so Blessed, and this is nautical design. I've put a paper ribbon through there to break up the front, and when we open it, I've actually used a backing paper that's got waves on it, so that ties in. Here we've got plain panels, and plain here, and the black really makes it pop off the page. So there we have some other ways of doing it. And the last thing to notice on this one is that I've added an extra black panel just on this panel here, and that just highlights the edge all the way round. Okay, the black's taken again round the front on here, and the die cut greeting on the front. Okay. So there are just some of the cards, and hope you have a lovely time trying them out. God bless.